Hey there, JHancho back with my third video. As promised, this is going to be an example of my awesome newfound ability to actually use Blink Stalkers effectively. I am going to be in a PvP matchup on Scrap Station against Brocretes, and here I am begging for no cheese, and he agrees, I think. So, as we get started, I'm just going to do kind of a stupid opening at one gate to Cyber. Pretty standard against maybe a Reaper rush, but in a long rush distance map like Scrap Station, there's really no danger of something like that happening. So it really wasn't that worth it. As we go along, he's going to have pylon at the base. He's going to start walling off here, which actually is a good strategy because later game you can actually wall this off fully and use this as your main entrance if you so desire. Now to get to that point, and I was asking for no rush 20 so I can get I don't know, mass void rays out or something that's equally dangerous, and I don't know if there is something, as long as they can charge. He's going to send a scouting probe up here, which is good. It's a good thing no matter where you're playing, but Scrap Station can be cheesy, especially if you've ever seen the videos. There's that Thor rush here, and obviously I am Protoss, so it doesn't really apply, but proxy pylons could be placed anywhere, and in fact, here I was actually watching him just to be sure that he wasn't doing anything funny. And as he came up, I decided to meet him, just in case he wanted to attack one of my pros. I wanted to preempt that. He's got his gateway down. It's a little bit later than mine, but he does have a similar amount of workers, which is actually surprising. I think he would have more. But he does have a little bit more in the bank, which we'll be seeing much more of later on. So I'm just going to chase around his probe for a little bit. Whenever they do go around, I do like to follow them back to their base. It's like free scouting, because they'll throw whatever unit or whatever they have at me just to see what's going on. Here he decides to go a little bit short with it, so I don't get the scouting information I need. But I decided to run him away and hurt his economy a little bit more, because it's one probe off the line for me, but two for him. So I see him walling off here, and I ask him. I'm not afraid to be a little bit more chatty in the games, because honestly, if they don't answer, it doesn't matter. It just gives them that information that I know what they're doing. And if he answers, then he's good-natured about it, which is a good thing. So I'm gonna get another gas and I'll put down the cyber core. I have a fair amount of Vespene in the bank, which I'm going to be using here in a little bit. And I'm going to leave this probe right down here. Why? I don't know. He's just going to stay there the entire game, so he could have been up here mining his heart out doing that. But after trying to be a scouting SCV and almost dying, he deserves a little vacation, I think. So he's off of one gas. He has a whop thing. I don't know what that was about. He decided to take one off of gas that had gas and put another one on that had minerals on gas. It's all very confusing. Drone count, I'm actually ahead and with the Zealot, but he does have this expansion coming up, which is going to be good for him. He did warp in his Forge and his Photon Cannon in the front here, protected by two pylons, so it's a good spread. And he's getting his cyber forward out in the corner. Now this guy, he's going to be around this area the entire game. I see the Photon Cannon, I'm able to scout a little bit. I see this, I don't see the cyber core, but that's okay. I'm kind of sad because I don't have a chance to scout him. He's doing a smart thing up here though, and that is getting a Photon Cannon up on the ridge just in case, so he can have a little bit of advance notice if I'm pushing or what. It doesn't really help him if I break the rocks, but I'm not going to be doing that. As previously stated, I'm going to be doing a little stalker play. So he's got this up, and he doesn't transfer workers. He actually probes up pretty hard here, which is kind of surprising. Meanwhile, I have one gateway, a whopping one gateway, and I'm pumping a stalker out each. Another one on the way. Blink is researching, and warp gate technology is being invented, because it is such a long and tedious upgrade, which I'm not willing to use my 62 energy of Chrono Boost on for some reason. Right now I was moving this guy around, and I accidentally take a swipe at it, which does 5 damage. Apparently it was only one swipe, not 2. As he gets this more up and running, he will be placing more gas, but he won't be using all that much. He gets a Robo Bay up way before me. Mine's just starting now. I put a third gateway down. Meanwhile, he's just macroing up hardcore, but with only one production facility. And you can see already that there might be a little bit of discrepancy. I mean, I'm ahead with both Army and with probes. The only advantage he has is he has a forge with some static defenses and another expansion he's not really using right now. More stalkers on the way. I am confused as to why that happened, so we're going to go all the way back up to where I was at. And I was about to say that I get supply lock with Brocretes pretty darn fast, because I seemingly don't have the foresight to know when to make 30 pylons in a row when I'm making units. It seems like a pylon is gone in an instant. So he's got a warp prism up out of his robo bay, and he's going to be picking up a probe, and he's got 600 minerals, which he's going to be flying over to this wonderful island expansion, which, if you're Terran on Zerg, you can actually hold this off if you fly here immediately. You can hold this off for a pretty long while. I played against my friend Doomhammer, and he was not able to really kill me all that much. It took him about 20-25 minutes. He had the full map control for it. Now, this is something very interesting, very awesome. He's using Warp Prism to advance his photon